I was doing this in 2012. It was an election year, and the two parties, two candidates had their own views of how to reduce income inequality. And from, I think, the Democratic side was more transfer program. Well, let me take that back. A greater minimum wage and greater educational spending, which I had not included in my previous research. So I looked at the states with respect to, okay, if you have a higher minimum wage, do you have less income inequality? Well, it kind of turned out to be the reverse of that. If you had a higher minimum wage, you had greater income inequality. And then I looked at education spending, and if you spend more per capita on education, do you have less income inequality? It turned out no, that wasn't the case either, and actually that was negatively correlated, which meant more spending on education caused greater income, or not caused, but was associated with greater income inequality. And then finally I looked at economic growth to see how that affected income inequality, and I took a 10-year average and compared it to the Gini coefficients, and surprisingly enough, that was significant. Your economic growth did reduce income inequality, and that was basically the only variable I found that was significant in between the states. The faster growing states had less income inequality than the slower growing states.